Please consider subscribing if you enjoy our content and want to see more from us. Nowadays, a lot of men are lost. They see themselves as victims because they've lost sight of their goal of becoming strong, intelligent, and self-sufficient. They've given up on being the best version of themselves. Men no longer have mentors or fathers, and school institutions are dominated by female professors. Today's boys are taught that masculinity is harmful and dangerous. Guys who haven't given up on the past, but are barely progressing face various issues. Their problems are even more serious. Masculinity is offensive. Today, guys are conditioned to be feminine, safe, and tolerant, showing masculinity is toxic. With that being said, let's take a look at the characteristics of low-value men. Number 1, he lacks motivation and purpose. You end up working for people who do have a goal if you don't have one. That is correct. And working for someone else does not imply a lack of quality. Taking whatever comes your way with no preference and no desire to progress is unquestionably one of them. When low sex drive is combined with a lack of life goals, motivation, and purpose, you get a plant that looks like a human, but it doesn't produce oxygen. Men lack personal motivation, passion, and personal accomplishment as a result of their low societal value. They may, however, remain devoted to a cause and take pleasure from victories. How do they manage to do it? Low-value guys are passionate about things, objectives, and dreams that either offers little worth to their lives or are beyond their control when they live vicariously. Being so passionate about a team that one's personal ego and pride become entwined with that team is a good example. Low worth when their teams win, or when their favorite rapper's new song hits the charts, males feel like they've won. As a result, instead of working on their own, they waste their money and time watching, commenting on, and promoting other people's lives. His goals are of poor quality. Some men do have a purpose, but the nature of that mission diminishes their worth. Some examples of low-quality aims, such as destroying something, offending someone, or a group of people. Making as much money as possible is one of the less desirable goals. Sleeping with as many women as possible will result in a lady of poor value. Number 2, he has a large ego. It's called cocky when you have a huge ego and a lot of skills. Delusional is a term used to describe someone who has a large ego but lacks skills. A large ego isn't enough to cast a man into the ranks of social outcasts. People may label someone as arrogant if they have a large ego that matches their talents and successes. Arrogance is not a desirable characteristic. However, when those around you require conviction, it can be perversely charismatic. The real tragedy occurs when a person's talents, competence, and results do not meet his or her inflated ego. Men with a large ego frequently have two additional concerns that keep them low in value: a fragile ego and a large ego. Contrary to popular assumptions, it is possible to have both a large and fragile ego. In fact, this is a common combination of abusive guys. They have large egos, yet it is so easy to challenge that ego that they must continuously be on the defensive in order to avoid being harmed. That's why, especially with their husbands, people lash out in rage. Almost everything about their partner is a danger to their own self-esteem. The mindset must be addressed. When a person believes he cannot improve, he has a fixed attitude. He believes that personal attributes and skills are set from birth, and that such qualities and skills characterize them. These males subsequently develop a sense of self-worth based on their ability to be correct or good. To maintain their self-image and self-esteem, these guys must always win and demonstrate their superiority. Men with a fixed attitude are low quality because they do not grow over time, are constantly defensive, and are touchy and vengeful. Having a relationship with these guys is equally difficult. They become defensive and more prone to be abusive when they are unable to accept feedback. Is ego your biggest enemy? Leave a comment down below. Number 3, he is unconcerned about being free. A low-value man is unconcerned with the things that could increase his worth, such as what he does, how much money he makes, how he can grow and build his friendships, or the health of his closest relationships. And of course, he doesn't give a damn about his appearance. He doesn't mind being overweight, wearing ill-fitting clothes, or seeming disheveled. They are uninteresting, uninspiring, and contagiously miserable, and they never progress. Because he has a low level of emotional intelligence. Men with low emotional intelligence are prone to erratic behavior, failing to gain riches and power, and failing to ascend dominance hierarchies. Self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, and relationship management are all aspects of emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence enables us to maintain great relationships while controlling our emotions and continuing to do what we don't want to do. Number 4, his self-awareness is low. Men with limited self-awareness are unsure about their interests, ambitions, and goals in life. They don't take their own route and instead seek others for guidance. They rarely work on their own projects, preferring instead to labor for others. And they'll take any kind of generic job that comes their way. Low self-management refers to a person's preference for short-term pleasure above long-term results. They buy anything they want, possibly on credit, and they buy liabilities and depreciating assets that keep them impoverished. Low-value males are unaware of the flaws that are holding them back, such as an entitlement mentality that is not supported by labor and skills. Poor people's skills and relationships are the results of low social skills, a lack of social awareness, and poor relationship management. Men who have poor social skills and are socially awkward become social outcasts, despised by both men and women. Before continuing with the video, we want to remind you to take a look at our other videos. You can find links in the description, or you can check the channel. And don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel for more content. Number 5, he has a poor track record with women. They tend to invent their own itis, such as white knight women, chase women, or simply be too afraid to have real conversations with women. They have a scarcity mentality in general. Giving a lady unnaturally high attention or seeking women who make them feel stronger might both be signs of low worth. When it comes to dating low-value men, they either don't play games because they don't know how, or they play a lot of mental games because they don't believe they are good enough. When it comes to attachment styles and relationships, low-value males are either nervous or avoidant. Number 6, he has a low sense of self-worth. The opinion of a high-quality man is valued more than the opinion of a random person. Their expectations are high, and they have picked their value system. As a result, they're not going to let anyone make them feel guilty about their decisions. This is about controlling one's own emotions, which is one of the basic rules of power, and not allowing others to judge you. Men of poor quality are the polar opposite. They don't respect their opinions and instead follow trends and allow groups to decide what is good and bad for them. Most importantly, they only feel good as long as others allow them to be a source of negative feedback, a poor performance, or a disapproving gaze. All of these harms his self-esteem. His ego is based on being liked, being good, and a few other naturally vulnerable characteristics. Number 7, he follows the rules of others. Fakeness is frequently a side effect of low self-esteem and low worth. Because they don't believe that being themselves is enough, men have phony. As a result, individuals wear various masks to hide what they perceive to be serious flaws that would turn people away from them, and they acquire the masks that various social groups want them to wear. They become caricatures and alpha male postures if they end up in manosphere groups, and if they follow the prevalent feminist culture, they seek external praise by virtue signaling their faux open-mindedness. This was all for today's video. Have we missed any characteristics, and which one, from the 7 we talked about today, is the worst? Share it with us in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, give it thumbs up and share it with your friends. That means a lot to us, and this way you are helping the channel to grow. If you want to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button and remember to click the notification bell. You can check our other videos as well. Thanks for watching.